Well, we're here with ComicsOnline and SG Blaise to talk about so many exciting things happening right now. I mean, you've got several books that have really excited fans' attention. You've got the animated short which premiered. You've got wonderful actors and cosplayers who are here, who are excited and just really want to be a part of this world that you've been creating. And I think you said you're at book 7 now of 13?
I'm working on book 7. I'm going to develop it this summer. And hi, Joe. Thank you so much for having me.
It's our pleasure. Thank you so much for speaking with us today.
Oh, it's absolutely a blast. Yes, I'm working on book 6 and then developing book 7 during late summer, early fall.
Okay.
And book 6 coming out next January. And I like to call my series Star Wars meets Lord of the Ring meets Princess Bride.
It's an amazing combination. I love that cross-section.
Thank
and obviously,
you.
A lot of people do because
Thank you.
the reaction to your work has been so not just exciting, but quickly exciting, spread like wildfire.
Thank
I mean,
you.
how do you feel about that?
Oh, I feel overwhelmed. I feel so grateful and thankful. I keep pinching myself, Joe. It's a dream come true. It's magical to experience when the fans and the readers stop by and their eyes go big, and then I give them the books and the swag and their jaw drops. It's so much fun to connect with like-minded people and build this amazing community.
And I there's a lot that's been going on recently for everything. I mean, story-wise, obviously. How would you recommend people who are not yet indoctrinated into this wonderful universe? How would you recommend they get introduced first and foremost?
Right, Joe. I would recommend to start with the first book as their entrance to the Seven Galaxies Chronicles. It is follows a 19-year-old rebel princess who must defeat the Dark God before he finds her, the last Lumanian. And I have 13 books planned, and then I have Easter eggs already in this book series for the upcoming 9 books, and then the upcoming 7 books, because I'm going to be writing on my deathbed.
Well, I absolutely love the way that you write. I love the way you plant the seeds early. When I heard initially that you were a Robert Jordan fan, that was part of your introduction,
yes.
I thought this is a writer who I absolutely have to check out, because that's one of the things that he does so very successfully. And as you know, he passed away, but
yes,
he planned everything out and had somebody come on.
Yeah.
And so the passion that you have for this series, it's igniting that same kind of passion in the fans, which is so exciting. So it's great to hear.
Joe.
Are there things that are hidden that are in the early books that no one knows how it's paying off yet, but it's going to pay off in book 7?
Oh,
or
yes,
book 6?
Joe. There are so many hidden clues and setups and Easter eggs. I wish I could reveal them. I really do, but that would be huge. Yes, let's go with that, Joe. You'll be the first to know, but there will be a lot of spoilers. I just have to warn you.
Okay.
I love putting Easter eggs. In fact, even the animation, the title treatment, the upcoming 5-minute short animated film, even the title treatment has an Easter egg.
Oh, wow.
And
okay.
that's just so much fun, because as you said, it's our passion, it's my dream, it's literally coming from a dream, the idea, and it's amazing and magical to be able to follow it. This is not work for me. I'm having a blast every time I'm here, every time I talk to a reader or a fan, and the returning readers. It truly is an amazing feeling.
Well, I can see that we're already getting a line forming, just people who are excited to get back into that with you, because that's clearly reflected in everybody. For the Hollow Healer, are there things that this person that people should be particularly excited to see coming? And
oh, Joe, I am so excited, because the Hollow Healer animated short film is the expansion of the Seven Galaxies Chronicles. It is the birth of the Archgod, the first turn, and the Archgoddess, and their birth sets the Era Wars into motion that you see in book 1. I am super excited to bring this to the fans and readers.
Can I ask, process-wise, how do you have so many strings going at once, so many threads and plot points that are happening, they're all interconnected,
Right.
and character development that's happening seemingly separate
Right.
from everything, but then obviously it ties immediately back in. How do you just keep? Is it all in your head? Do you have a big vision board on your wall? What's your process like?
Joe, it's a great question. The way I keep track of everything is that I have thousands of pages of notes. I have my world building Bible for each book. Then I have my developmental notes for each book, for each revision, and that allows me to keep things connected. And then I do, when a book is released, I go through and I have a lady to check everything and create a table for me where tracks, what's this character doing, what is in this chapter. So I always get the most updated version, because sometimes revisions happen. I don't always feel like to update my notes. So this way I have 3 places to go to track, and I use it mostly digitally. I use Scrivener. It's a writing program, highly recommend, very organized, very easy to track, and each book has their own Scrivener file that's like 500 megabytes or something ridiculous.
I can just imagine, by the way, because everyone loves to think that whoever's creating this world that we're enjoying has everything mapped out and everything planned, and sometimes it's not always the case. I think it's wonderful that in this instance, it's not only the case, but it's so well organized. Do you think you ever might release those manuscripts for people who want to see where it almost went but didn't?
Oh yes, Joe. I have a lot of plans with the behind the scenes. We're working on a documentary. Shh, don't tell anyone. We are going to have.
Wait, actually, should I embargo that? Is that news?
Oh no,
I'm not allowed?
it's good. It's
okay.
Good. I'm joking.
Okay, still checking.
Little inappropriate joking.
Don't want to get in trouble.
It's all good. I love collecting everything, because just the World Building Bible could be a whole comic book series where you get to see why is this a ship? How's the society works? What's the history of the people? So that's one way to show it. I'm also adapting the first book, so I'm trying to add that comic book a bit more world building. It could be a short animated movie. It could be so many things. I have a lot of plans.
And a lot of partners who seem to be excited to collaborate with you. Has that been part of the journey as well as going? Because I understand, I think I even saw you a few years ago. You had just a table, and now this is beautiful. I mean, this is a full setup. I was having a hard time. I was walking around trying to figure out where I was going to go, and then I felt silly when I saw this area. I was like, oh, well.
Oh, thank you for your kind words. It's always an amazing feeling when, we pitch this and people get so excited. And I like to say I'm the foundation. I'm the highway. Everyone gets to put their art on top of this. I'm just laying down the foundation, and I let them have free hand to put their art, to put their imagination at work. And I only give some parameters, like on the highway, right? But I try to have everyone the freedom and fun, because when you have that, they just bring all that passion, and that's when the magic happens, like this booth.
Getting to work with people and adding their vision and their creative arts to this world and to all of the amazing stories that you've brought together. Has that informed anything that's changed? Maybe you mapped something out and then somebody did something particular with the art or with the visuals, and you went, oh, I need to work that in to chapter 4 now.
That's a great question, Joe, because usually it's my illustrator or my map designer. My illustrator is Lucas Kettner, who does the amazing character illustration. So sometimes the way the character looks change, because I don't focus in the first version of their looks. I focus on who they are. That's where I know these characters so well, because I know what makes them happy, what makes them sad. And then when Lucas does the illustration, I add back the descriptions. And then my map designer, Cliff Chandler, what he does is, I hope that's the last name because I'm terrible with names. What he does is we would talk about the world. And every single map we have is basically a world building. We add details in there that can't even make it into the books, because how this mountain range formed, why is there a city, why is there a ruin? So we do a lot of these meetings and create maps that's not just for the books, but for the world building.
I know that, speaking of the world building and that experience, and you grew up in a place where you were inspired constantly as you were looking around, both by the way you were raised and the way your dad would sneak in movies for you, and you'd have movie nights. By the way, I love envisioning this idea of him in front of the TV, using his voice to be the characters to translate for you, and it's just...
Joe, it's such a vital memory in my life, and you don't realize how special it is until you're 30, 40 something and you look back. I never forget that. He would sit by the TV, he had his little Ottoman, he had 2 VHS recorders, and then what he would do is he would have a headphone, a microphone set up, and he would use the 2 VHS to record the dubbed movie. And it was his voice, perfectly timed.
Wow.
And it was never a mistake allowed. Wow. He was an engineer, so he was very precise. And I get to see his passion. I get to see him rebel against oppression. And he didn't do it to sell these movies. All he wanted is to have these amazing secret movie nights with his family. My poor mom would fall asleep 10 minutes in. She was exhausted. But that's how I watched Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Terminator, all these things that allowed me to broaden my horizon, my imagination. And I firmly believe it's what made me a better writer.
That's fantastic. And I think I, like you, and a lot of people who are here at a place like Comic-Con are here because we believe that the stories are important. That these are the tales of, this is the mythos that we've created, that we passionately believe in, and to have that be denied to you as a young child and have to be something your dad's like, no, this is important, and I'm going to go. I mean, that's a lot of work that he did.
It's a lot and very risky. My mom said there was a time when he went to pick up the VHS cassettes from a person, and he was 10 minutes late. Mm-hmm. And because of that, he was saved. Because there was the black car, I think a black Mercedes car, that was picking up the person, and they took him away. I don't know what happened to that person.
Oh my gosh.
So my dad was able to just turn around and leave and come home to his family.
Well, thank goodness for that, because that would be a much different tale, but the danger was very real.
The danger was very real. And people ask, well, why would he risk his life? And I always say, imagine a life where the second you leave home, you're in so much danger that you can't say things. You have to watch how you behave. You have to be a whole different person. And when he went through that, he had enough of that. He wanted to enjoy, because there was also cultural suppression. There is an estimation of how much it set back the art, because the authors, the scriptwriters, they weren't allowed to express their imaginations. So when you have that level of repression, it leaves a mark, it leaves a trauma. So I think that was his way of finding order, because he was chaotic. You couldn't even trust your neighbor because they could report you if they didn't like you. My grandma passed away 2011, 2012, and she would say, don't say names on the phone, because she knew that if you say the wrong name, that person could end up in jail or worse, killed. And when you see your family and friends go through that, I think you just want to have something where you say, I created order, I'm bringing joy, and I'm bringing hope.
And then when I came to your booth earlier, this armored gentleman here who's working for King Lucero immediately had some very intense questions for me about my position on mages, and I answered cautiously. But it's clear that some of that anxiety and paranoia of your real lived experience has definitely made its way into your work. So you have a place of true knowing as you're writing. Are there any events that are even not just inspired by this whole experience that you had growing up, but much more directly paralleling? Did you slip any Easter eggs for your life, I would say?
Interesting question. Joe, I'm pretty sure I slipped in things that I wasn't even consciously aware, and it's my friends and family who pick up on that. Mm-hmm. I definitely know what it feels to fear for your life. I know what it is to go through tyranny, and I'm not the only one in this world. Just the history, the European history is so rich of kings and queens coming and going that I had a very fertile ground for world building. Didn't have to go far.
And are you finding, because you came out to the United States and eventually did you come directly to California, or did you come? You came for love, is that correct?
That's correct. So it was my husband who got me here. We met online in '99, and I believe we pioneered online dating. That's my story.
Certainly a great early success story.
Very good. In fact, the instant messenger that we use is not even in functioning anymore. And we lived in Massachusetts, Boston for 5 years. My son was born there. And it was amazing to come to America that I only experienced on the movie screen. Mm-hmm. And it was a phenomenal feeling of watching everyone and experiencing Boston. Oh, this is where this played out, or going to New York. This is where that movie played out. So it was great.
We're almost out of time before I have to go to, but I have one more question. Now that you've been here for a while, now you're on the coast here in California, and we're living in a very interesting socially and politically time. Are there things that are happening now here that are informing either current or future plans the way your upbringing so clearly had an impact?
You know, it's interesting because I notice themes that sneak into the books after the fact. And it's very subconscious. And I can trace back the first book of what was going on. And it's so interesting because it's almost like I take in the problem, the intensity, the anxiety that certain political situation causes. And the way I heal is that my characters encounter the themes or they have to make choices or even overcome those struggles. And it's a great healing, and I hope the readers take away a lot of relief and hope from that, because I don't believe in preaching. Whatever is organically makes it in there, it meant to be in there.
Love it. It's literary therapy. It's fantastic.
It really is.